Ignore what Senate President Lawan said about electronic voting. He's irresponsible, Baba Ahmad tells Nigerians. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. Lawan on Tuesday, while contributing to a motion sponsored by Senator Ibrahim Oleriegbe, APC Kwara Central, on the controversy surrounding the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections, said that the Electoral Act 2022 does not provide for electronic transmission of results as being demanded by many Nigerians for 2023 elections results. The Labour Party vice presidential candidate Yusuf Baba Ahmed has lambasted the Nigerian Senate President Ahmad Lawan over his claim that there is no electronic transmission of results in the Electoral Act of 2022 as amended. Lawan on Tuesday, while contributing to a motion sponsored by Senator Ibrahim Oleriegbe, the All Progressive Congress Kwara Central, on the controversies surrounding the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections, said the Electoral Act 2022 does not provide for electronic transmission of results. Provide for electronic transmission of election results as being demanded by many Nigerians for the 2023 election result. The Senate President, who has been re-elected as Senator to represent Adamawa Northwest Senatorial District, explained that what was passed by the National Assembly was taking pictures of election results and transferring to the server of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. He said, and I quote, "In the Electoral Acts that were passed, there is nothing like the electoral transmission. What we have passed is to transfer all the paperwork that we normally do while the agents and everybody there have the papers. INEC will now scan or snap the result sheet and transfer them. We urge INEC to follow the Electoral Act and other words on their guidelines. In this chamber, we are not going to interpret the Electoral Act. This is not a court of law. We are just to guide this debate and talk about the general principles of how this election and declaration should be done. There is no need to stress ourselves. What we are doing is to urge the INEC to follow the law and the citizens should be calm." But fielding questions during a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday, the Labour Party vice presidential candidate lambasted the Senate President. He described the Senate President as an irresponsible person that should not be listened to, insisting that despite the Electoral Act and the Constitution that states that nobody can contest two positions in one election, Lawan did and the Supreme Court made him a senatorial candidate. Baba Ahmed said, "The gentleman you're referring to, the Senate President, even though I'm a former senator and I believe in integrity, this gentleman, as far as we're concerned, he contested presidency and now he is an elected senator returned by the Supreme Court. You cannot contest two offices in the same election. It is on record he contested presidency and the Supreme Court says now he's a senatorial candidate and then he sits as Senate President to give us this kind of opinion. It is very, very difficult for me to say this, but I have to say it, that such an irresponsible person must not be listened to." This is when you cannot imagine how somebody will not know a left from a right. Somebody that is thinking as if he's receiving food from his ear. He be like saying from his ear and use the eat. Go just sit down. Be the Senate President of Nigeria. Go sit down because he know how we even use to talk him. He is not even supposed to be there. He does not have, permits me to use this word now, please. He does not have the mental capacity to sit down and dance. He cannot think for himself. As Ahmad Lawan did, then they think for him. Now anything we then tell and now they do. Now that person won't tell Nigerians with this sin. This word we use now is good. He's very responsible. Lawan is too dull as a Senate President. You see, I'm saying I'm not the only one feeling like this. This is someone who, under his watch, Nigeria borrowed like tomorrow no day. He never questioned anyone with them bring because Nigeria ain't go sign. Waiting they do there. To me, he's just there, warming the bench, eating money, and his belly is growing bigger. That is what he's doing. Make Ahmed don't allow Lawan Ahmed that big make him not allow Nigerians vent on him. He no go like himself. That face here could like around. People are angry. They're coming out to say that there is no way in the election acts that they stated there will be election. Can you hear yourself? You sound like no. These people will not allow me to do what I don't want to do. I will not say it. The Senate President, who has been re-elected as Senator to represent Adamawa Northeast Senatorial District. Since when did the primaries thief from Yobe State represent Adamawa? My dear, oh, you are not informed. People are not seeing the damage this is doing. That is the problem. I keep saying it that there is a bigger picture. They have succeeded in making the executive so high that nobody can question it. Now, the judiciary that is supposed to be at the same level with the press as in the executive powers. Do you know that we have three arms of government? The president only controls one, the executive. We have the executive, we have the legislature, we have the judiciary. Three arms. The executive only controls one, meaning that the legislature, which Ahmad is controlling, that I know he's not even in his wildest dream. He's not supposed to smear any. In fact, he's not even supposed to be a senator, talk less of Senate president. He's not the one coming to tell us this thing. Apart from the fact now that the law, they are now rubbishing, as in, apart from the fact now that the Electoral Act is being rubbished, the law is now being rubbished. As in, they don't suppress Supreme Courts, then they come now, they suppress laws. This thing is a deep wound that is, and I think they go deep, it spoil many things. To correct them, you go hard, you go hard. Is this not the guy who says someone was killed dead? Is it not the person who contested senatorial election without going through the party primaries? Both speak volumes about him. Yes, now. Lawan, the kind of leaders Nigerians vote for and expect development. That is it. You should never be expecting development from this kind of people. It is on record he contested presidency, and Supreme Court now says this is a senatorial candidate, and then he sits as Senate President to give us this kind of thing. It is very, very difficult for me to say, but I'll have to say it. Okay, this person is repeating what that is, because if you look at him, he's not even in a position to even breathe on this matter. I'm telling you, he's not even in a position to come out like this and be even talk. In fact, if they talk, he must close him out because he don't know anything go talk. But the kind of people, you know what sickens me is, I'm not going to be surprised. Maybe he ran for presidency. He will come again and run for presidency. And some people who they're thinking faculty, I don't know whether pig own or goat own or fowl own better person, will still be supporting this person. That's my anger. Tomorrow he will come out and he will run for president, and people will be shouting his name that yes, he's the best. Make I restrain myself. See this country, if you do reason the matter, I swear, you and Yaba left go dey very close. That Yaba left really for Lagos. You and I go dey very close because they fit damage, they fit give you emotional damage. I tell you. Alright, on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen.